Hi friends, Prepared Suburbanite here. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a pretty busy week here, trying to get ready for the change in seasons. Did some maintenance work on the whole house generator, and we did some canning and some purchasing. So want to get into some detail, so stick around right after this. Yep, the news has been filled with all kinds of wonderful things, and I think the one that is the most scary right now is the issue in Taiwan and the Chinese threat to Taiwan and what we may or may not be doing about it right now. And I'm pretty concerned about that. I guess the second concern is what's going on in Israel right now and the Iranians and the threats that they're facing and the role that the United States may be playing in that. Either one of those or both together could throw us right into a worldwide conflict or World War III possibly. So I'm pretty concerned about that. But you know what? There isn't a darn thing that I can do or you can do individually to prevent any of that kind of stuff from happening. We had our chance, we voted in the last election, and we got what we voted for. Apparently 80+ million people voted for the current administration. So I guess democracy wins on that one. It sure would be a whole different story today if the outcome had been a little bit different, but it wasn't. But the bottom line is there really isn't anything we can do to influence what's going on in the world. What we can do, very simply, is be prepared and continue to prepare. Inflation's hitting us pretty hard right now. I just read a stat yesterday that it's costing the average American household somewhere in the neighborhood of $175 to $180 a month more just for the same old stuff that we were buying a year ago. And you know, that's a lot of money when you add it up over time, and it's not going to get any better. So what we've been doing, I purchased some of this stuff. This is Yoder's canned hamburger. We've had some experience with this. We purchased some a couple of years ago from Camping Survival, and they're a pretty good prepper mail order kind of a business. They're located not too awful far from here, maybe 45-minute drive, and we picked up some of their products from Camping Survival, tried them out while we were building our bug out location, and really enjoyed the quality. So when I saw these advertised on Amazon, they had a little coupon deal that kind of came with them. So I picked this up. I think we paid $189. No, well, with the shipping and the tax and I guess the tax and all that, turned out to be a $193. So $192.78 is how that turned out. There's 12 28-ounce cans in this case. So not too bad. Have some experience with the company and with the product. Found it to be pretty good. At the same time, we visited our local wholesale place here in the next town over, and started picking up 85-15 burger, ground beef, and we picked up probably, let's see, 6 or 7 pounds about 10 days ago, and another 6 or 7 pounds earlier this week so that we'd have enough that we could do our own canning. And we ended up spending the day on Wednesday. Today's Friday. We spent the day on Wednesday getting everything all put together. There was we had to cook the burger, cut up some onions, and do some seasonings and stuff like that to get it in the format that we could use for canning. Had to pick up an extra tray of pint jars, and we did that. Found them. They were $13 now, so it's gone up from about $10 for a dozen up to $13 for a dozen now. So there's some inflation going on there too. So we cooked all that stuff up. Took maybe 30 to 45 minutes to get it all prepped and get it all cooked. Another, let's see, another 15 to 20 minutes to get the jars all loaded and put the beef stock in there and all that. And then we did 14 pints, and we still had some left over, so then we did 1, 2, 3 quarts, because I didn't have any more pint jars, so we did quarts, and I had a couple of those left over. So altogether, we spent, let me see, 210 minutes, give or take, prepping all that stuff. We ended up with basically the equivalent of 20 pints. So 14 regular pints, and then if you take the quarts and say there's 2 pints in a quart, that's 6 more, so 14 plus 6 is 20. That's where the 20 pints come from. Here's how the cost breaks down. It costs 44 cents an ounce, 44 cents an ounce to do our own hand canned ground beef. This purchase here was $1.92, and that ended up being 57 cents an ounce. So when you really look at it that way, the difference between 44 cents and 57 cents is the time we spent. I figure 15 or 20 bucks an hour for your time doing the prep work, doing the canning, monitoring the outcomes, and washing the jars and sterilizing stuff, doing all that. It turns out that there's a little bit of difference, and the little bit of difference is the profit for this company. So if you don't have a canner, you don't know how to can, this is a terrific option. These are from Amazon. Took about a week for them to get here, maybe 8 days, 9 days, something like that. There's another brand that's out there that I think Walmart carries, and I think it's called Keystone is the brand name. But I can't find it in any of the Walmarts around here, and it certainly is not available the last time I checked at walmart.com. So there's the story about canning ground beef. If you don't have a canner and you don't know, this is the way to go. If you do can, this will save you a little bit of time, a little bit of money, but not a little bit of time. Excuse me. The other thing that we've been doing is stocking up on our favorite things. And there's an old dictum in the prepper kingdom is that you don't put up stuff you don't eat. So if you enjoy it and you eat it regularly, that's what you should be stocking up on. Blackout coffee. This is the two-way blend from Guns and Gadgets. It's, I think, the best coffee I can find pretty much anywhere. Profits go to a great cause. It helps support the Guns and Gadgets channel. Highly recommend that you really look into it. I think it's the best coffee around. So there's that. And the other thing that we really, really enjoy are Dot's pretzels. These things are absolutely awesome. And you can order them from Dot's directly. I can put a link in the comments down below. Dot's pretzels, they've got just the right amount of seasoning. They're cooked to perfection. They're fresh. They're just, they come in a resealable Mylar bag. Just absolutely wonderful. There's a great story behind Dot and her company. I first heard about this from Mike Morgan, Outdoors with the Morgans. He stumbled on it when he was on a road trip last year, and I found some locally at Ace Hardware store, of all places. We just walked in, and I saw over on the side there was some Dot's pretzels, a couple different size bags, a couple different flavors. You got one here that's Southwest seasoned, and the other that's the traditional. We just love them. They make great gifts, so keep that in mind for upcoming Christmas. But that's some of the things that we've been involved in around here. The other activity that I got involved in is we've got a whole house Generac 20 kilowatt full house generator. All hooked up, had it professionally installed. It's been working like a charm for a number of years, and I happened to notice, I think the first probably 3 or 4 years, it came with a annual maintenance kind of a thing. So the local guy would come by and do whatever he needed to do, change the oil and spark plugs and air filter and oil filter and all that kind of stuff. But that expired over time, and I really didn't give it a whole heck of a lot of thought until I walked by the machine the other day and saw that there was an orange light on. So I got the owner's manual and I looked up the orange light, and it said, hey, it's time for maintenance. So I did a little bit of research here and there to try to figure out what I needed. There's a maintenance kit that you can get for your Generac home generators that's available on Amazon again, and ordered it. They said it would take 10 days. It was here in 4, and it showed up yesterday. So I spent some time cleaning the stuff that was full of cobwebs and dust and weeds and all kinds of stuff that had got in there. We've got English ivy all over the place here, and it just gets into everything, and it's a real pain in the butt to try to clear out because it grows back so fast and it attaches itself to just about anything. So I got it all cleaned out, checked through the protocols and the process. When the kit arrived, it came with 2 quarts of 5W30 oil. It came with the air filter, the oil filter, 2 spark plugs, and a couple of other little things, the instructions and stuff like that. So I spent some time yesterday, got it all cleaned out, got it all serviced, changed the spark plugs, made sure that they were gapped properly, changed the oil, drained out the old, and put in a new oil filter, new air filter, started it up, ran like a charm, reset all the computer stuff so that it was up to date with the service and the little in-house computer that comes with the generator, and I'm pretty pleased that I did. We got a pretty big investment in that whole house generator, and the reason that we bought it, when we were getting ready to retire, it was very fresh in our memories, an ice storm that we had had, and we were without power for darn near a week. And we lost stuff in the freezers, we lost stuff in the refrigerator, and I really wasn't quite prepared for a lengthy power outage. And I saw an ad on TV for the Generacs, the full home thing, We got in touch with Generac. They put us in touch with a local install crew, and we got it installed. Took them a month. We had to get permits, had to run gas line, all that kind of stuff, but it's all installed, been working like a charm. I don't think we've really had to use it. We've had a couple of short power outages, an hour, maybe 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours over the last 4 or 5 years or so, but haven't really been up against the wall with power outages. So that maintenance is done, and there was a couple of things. Let's see. I think that's it. I'm trying to be even more prepared than I have been in the past, considering all what's going on. I urge you to do the same thing. This is the Prepared Suburbanite reminding you to be prepared always, and I'll see you all on the next video.